Interesting. And so, what are your thoughts on NICAP?
NICAP's very interesting. I always knew that there were government folks, related folks, that were on the NICAP board. But I just read a book that Jack Brewer is putting out, which is a fascinating book because he goes into so much detail and has so much documentary evidence that shows NICAP almost to have been a creation of the CIA. And what folks that are on there that show up in my research, I mean, there are two folks that stick out in particular. One is Roscoe Hillenkotter, who was the first director of the CIA, showing up on the board of NICAP. And the other one was General Albert Wedemeyer, who actually took over as the chief deception officer post-World War II after the Roswell incident. So you have two key characters like that show up on the board, and I thought, okay, that's really strange. But in Jack Brewer's book, he goes into a lot of detail about a lot of the other people that showed up that also had CIA connections. And so if you have to look back at the history of NICAP and you think that was just a civilian effort to prove UFOs, I think you'd have to read Jack's book and say, no, there's something else going on there that where the CIA was leading this effort.
And I absolutely agree, and I can't wait to have Jack on again. I really enjoyed talking with him, and I have a lot of respect for him. I'm excited about his new book. But I mean, at APRO, what did you think of APRO?
APRO, a little bit different. The Lorenzens started APRO. They sort of ran it, in their way. And I don't know if there was any government involvement with APRO. I haven't researched enough about APRO. I'm a little concerned that their files disappeared and were never found. There's probably a lot of interesting UFO data in there.
Right, and they're allegedly in Arizona, right?
So, allegedly in a warehouse somewhere in Arizona.
Huh, interesting. And